You met up with the boys in America, or at least one of the boys, didn't you?
I met up with
the hot dog eating championship of the world.
Yeah, big deep dish. Pat Butterletti. Yeah, met up with him in Chicago, his hometown. Had some food and a few too many drinks, and yeah, it was a good laugh.
I saw him on the old interweb with Kevin Hart recently.
Yeah, he's been getting around. I was thinking that he's got Pat's kind of got a reasonably low social media profile, but I think he's since winning that he's kind of been forced maybe to do a few things that otherwise he wouldn't. Not I'm saying he wouldn't want to meet Kevin Hart, who wouldn't, right? If for no other reason than to look tall by comparison. But yeah, I think he's been doing like quite a bit. So he was at the Netflix thing as well that was on yesterday.
Oh yeah, explain that to me. I didn't really understand what it was.
So Netflix did this like I didn't think it was going to be available like on English Netflix. I thought it was just like an American thing, but they did this special where it's like a live streamed sporting event. Not really a sporting event, a live event whereby Kobayashi, who was one of the, he's kind of like an old school famous competitive eater, had this rivalry with Joey Chestnut, largely over hot dogs, that Nathan's hot dog eating contest that we talk about, if anything, far too much.
Is it no connection to MLE then?
No, it was totally because obviously Joey's kind of out of his contract. Yeah. And Kobe was the same back in the day. He left because he was he didn't want to sign the contract. So Netflix thought, you know what, shit, people probably want to see this. And they actually put on a televised thing, which was actually really good. And I think that's probably the kind of thing that MLE should have been looking into about 10 years ago. But it was cool, and it was the best part for me was seeing Stoney as well. Like it's been a long time since I've seen him doing stuff.
What did he do on there then?
He was on like they had like kind of I guess an undercard, and he did. It would have been better, I think, to get maybe like for him to compete against Pat or something like that. I mean, Pat couldn't because he's MLE, right? But like get him to compete against somebody. But you compete against like 3 American athletes eating chicken wings. But it's just cool seeing like old school Matt like just chomping down. Somebody messaged me saying, half his food fell on the floor. I'm like, no, like some of his food fell on the floor, which happens at every contest, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, it's cool seeing him. And yeah, I think Matt's just a cool guy, man.
So who won out of Kobayashi and Joey Jaws?
Joey won. It was like, although Kobe did you see my story?
No.
Kobe looked in immense nick.
As
he's
in
like 47, I think.
Physically or like in his eating nick?
No, he looked hench, man. He looked jacked. He just looked great, man.
Has he been on the old
the special sauce?
Has he been on the old what are we saying? You don't want to speculate?
Well, I don't know. I've never met Kobe, so I don't really want to say it. I don't want to like colour his opinion of me or anything like that. But no, he just looked great. That's all I want to say, man. Good skin. Clearly, like the eating lifestyle is not doing anything negative for him anyway. Yeah. But yeah, Joey won. I think the thing for me was there was no dunking, which I thought made it a better contest. Nobody wants to dunk hot dog buns.
They could have a drink, but they just didn't.
They could have a drink, but you couldn't dunk it, right? And I think maybe like 3 minutes in, Joey's done like 40 dogs. I'm like, this is better pace than Nathan's, right?
Yeah, because you did 30. What's your?
Yeah, but not in.
What's your all-time record?
32
for context.
32
in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, right?
Wow, yeah.
But I think these dogs, not to take anything away from him, because he ended up doing like 80, over 80, right? But the commentators are like, he's always wanted to break 80. I'm like, they're not the same. It's still hella impressive, right? But they're not the same dogs. You could tell because they just went down so easy. Nathan's, you have to. There's a reason people separate them, you know. But I thought like the actual coverage of it was cool, and like I think people could get behind and watching stuff like that. It's just there's not really any appetite, if you'll excuse the pun.
You never know. After this could be like the first iteration of that. Netflix might be knocking your door down next year.
It was not. No, I wouldn't want to be part of it. I'm sad that I missed it because like I was. Joey was texting Pat actually when I met him saying like his I don't know why they call me Beard because they all know me. He's like, his beard coming. I've got a spot for him.
Where was it? Where did
it was in Vegas. Shut the fuck up. So
the stars almost aligned. Are you kidding me?
You know what? I did think I was gonna drive. I was for a minute when I had a few beers.
I bet you thought I was
thinking 24-hour drive from like Chicago to Vegas purely for the event.
Obviously, yeah.
But I didn't. But I hope like in UFC they have like a rematch clause.
That's like UFC 1.
I think. But Kobe said like this is my last thing. So,
how many did Kobe do?
I think he did like 68 or something. So imagine doing 68 dogs and you get beat, man. Poor guy. But I thought, like, he's not been doing, as far as I'm aware anyway, he's not really been doing anything like that.
Yeah.
Because his pomp was like 15 years ago, man. Like, he's got nothing to prove. But to come out and just do that amount of hot dogs is crazy, especially because you couldn't dunk. I was just like, these guys are.
Was the production like better looking than MLE?
Oh yeah, man! It was like a.
I can imagine it being like proper like cranes.
Yeah, it was like the Octagon, probably better than the Octagon stuff you did. Not that I want to get you in any more hot water with them, but yeah, that was cool. I liked the fact that I mean, it's daft, isn't it? I think they're aware of the fact that it's daft to have a commentary team and whatnot.
Yeah. They should have got you on the commentary team.
Somebody actually, 2 or 3 people messaged me last night, and I said nah because I think they want something to take it seriously.
Right.
You know, I'd be doing commentary on my videos, just like laughing at laughing at some events in the crowd behind them because it was some kind of. It looked like spring break. It was some kind of hotel resort. There's like a pool in the background. All these scantily clad ladies in the back.
No nurses.
I didn't see any nurses.
Oh,
no.
right, okay.
Shut the fuck up, man!
Where's Wally? Wasn't it? He's like looking at crowd. He's not even paying attention to Joey and Kobe. He's looking for Wally.
I met Bob was there though.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him in the.
Was he part of the entourage?
Yeah. He just got I think a lot of people went there just for the. I think I messaged Bob actually before I got here, and said that how was it? But then I realized because of the time difference, like Vegas is like 8 hours behind. Don't ask me why I specifically know that. And he, I was thinking, as I texted him, I thought, he's probably still out drinking.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned out he was. He's like, yeah, I just gave everyone the Irish goodbye, like poorly spelt, you know, because he's an old man now. So he's like, not that doesn't affect his spelling. I just think he's probably affected by the drink. But I think he had to leave at some point reasonably early today. So, but it looked like a cool thing. I think that's if people wanted to see competitions, something like that could be. Look, man, watch that or watch Love Island. You know, to me, that was more entertaining.